Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer and we are returning to Rule the Waves 3. We have just entered war with China. Now, things aren't looking great because most of our crew quality here is pretty poor. That is a consequence of keeping most of our ships in reserve all of the time and not giving them opportunity to train. So that's not great. On the other hand, it did mean that we have some money left. Now, that being said, now that everyone is active, we will need to do some money management. I think we're going to dial down the research a little bit still. Notice that I have reprioritized things and now most of our stuff is on low priority except for stuff that has an immediate benefit, let's say within the next 12 months. Because we are not just at war with China, we are for now, but very soon we expect the Italians to join. They're actually in an alliance with China, so they might very well join the war on the Chinese side. That would of course not be good. Due to that reason, I have cancelled the movement orders that we had to the Mediterranean, and we are now gathering a little bit more forces in the Indian Ocean instead, rather than in the home area of the Mediterranean, because the Italians are way too strong. China is not very strong, but our ships, again, most of them just working up, being in pretty poor quality. Let's see. The thing that I'm really worried about is the UK. If the UK joins the war, then Germany will also join the war, and that might look a little bit more bad. So let's see about that. For now, we will simply maintain our priority here because we want to hunt down the Chinese monster, this super big battleship that they built, 63,000 tons. By the way, I don't know where they actually built that, because if I look at the national data here, I think there's no single dock in the world. Oh, Germany. But I think it was not around when they actually started to build it. That's actually bad news, because that might mean that they have attention to detail, which means there's not going to be any fault in that. Let's see. Here's cruise action, and they actually have that battleship, but they declined the battle. Will that happen again? No. But this time it appeared that they only had an AMC, so I don't know about that. And we have a single ship here, so this might be us intercepting one of their ships. So we've got the Akitsushima and Matsushima class. This is our normal class, I think. Relatively good AA. No, it's one of our AA ships, but the crew quality is suffering. On the other hand, 12 5-inch guns, that's not too bad. We haven't spotted the enemy yet, so let's just start the scenario here, and very soon we're going to spot them. And at that point we can actually do some maneuvers here. With the speed at least. Can we switch course? No, we can't even switch course. So yeah, there we go. Unknown ship sighted. Very short range here because, well, it's nighttime. So I'm under the impression that they have AMCs here. Let's go to better speed. Do you guys carry any torpedoes? No, you don't. So you only have the guns. Two of these gun turrets are centered around here. Only one to the forward. So yeah, we do definitely want to use a broadside. So let's turn like that and see whether we can get a good angle on them. Apparently we are a little bit tardy in opening fire. Notice we have not got nighttime fighting training. So that might be one of the reasons why we are very late in opening fire here. And I want to turn away because that maneuver that this guy just had is a little bit suspicious to me, in that he might be trying to get torpedoes on us. But I think at this point you could really try to get a good bearing on him and start some gunnery. There we go. Finally, we've identified him as an AMC. We are positive that he is an enemy. And we have launched, fired 12 guns at him with 2 scoring hits. Lots more hits. I think if this goes like that, that battle is going to be over fairly quickly. We've been hit by a single 4-inch gun. That might allow us to actually identify the ship that we are fighting here. So let's see, what have they got? The AMCs, they have got 2 of the same, or at least very similar class, I suppose. 6 4-inch guns. I suppose we should really be able to win against them. Yeah, 4 more hits. Lots more hits. We're stopping fire now. And I guess at this point we can just circle around this guy. Pepper him a little bit. Question is that the only guy in the scenario? If yes, we should be able to do this super quickly. Oh no. There's another ship down there. Okay. In that case, let's also try to look at these guys down here. Notice we were spotting them by a radar, not just by our vision range. So that was pretty interesting there. This guy's burning now, and we have now sighted the second ship here. Question is, do we understand what it is? It might be friendly. On the other hand, then it probably wouldn't hit us and destroy or disable one of our turrets here. And that was actually a medium hit, so that's a 5-inch gun. That cannot be an AMC. That must be, I suppose, a destroyer. Oh dear. Oh dear. They don't have destroyers with 5-inch caliber guns. The only thing in their fleet that has a 5-inch gun, and not just one, but 20 of them, is the Xening. And there's no way how this guy can win against the Xening. That's just outside the realms of the possibilities. If he had torpedoes, I would be happy to try and fight it off. But this way, we have to run. It also corresponds to the size of that ship, right? And I suppose we could try to lay smoke. Wind is blowing in this direction, so that might be helpful. Oh, well, there's the next hit, and this time it's a heavy hit. 17 inches. Hull damaged by splinters, and a turret completely destroyed at this point. Now, that's always, you know, I really like the system that allows us to use divisions. That is the thing that I really, really dig. But what I kind of dislike is the fact that the game still puts us in scenarios where we have tons of ships in the vicinity here, and it only gives us a single light cruiser against an AMC and the biggest ship in the world. And it's not even a good light cruiser. It's one of the old ones that I had to take. Right, so if these guys are here, we're going to try to get to YY. We're going to try to run away here as fast as we can, because this is no way how we're going to win this fight. I was hopeful there with the 5-inch gun. That would have been a viable attack against them. Really? The enemy has land installations so close to YY? And it's a 6-inch coastal battery. Well, since we are here already, another turret destroyed, and even more destroyed. Jesus, we're not in luck today. These hits were completely unnecessary. I didn't expect them to have a shore installation so close to YY. Yeah, we're gonna enter the port here, and that should end the battle, unless we have further forces that I do not control. Yeah, there's a destroyer squadron. Some other stuff. Does anything happen? Yeah, no, there is still stuff going on. It's just that I don't control that. Well, in that case, that would have been interesting to see, because that might have other consequences. Well, that being said, medium damage to our light cruiser. Their auxiliary is gone. The battleship, the casual battleship that they had hanging around is there. So it's actually a victory for them, but not a significant one. Very small victory points here, so not a very significant change here. Yoshino is being commissioned into the Navy, and I should talk a little bit about the structure of our forces and the force disposition here. Right, no changes here really. Italy hasn't joined the war so far, so that's interesting. But yeah, I have rearranged our forces a little bit, and we have now got, well, the big ships, they're still in the same groups. We've got the first battle squadron, and I actually like the fact that you can select that like this. We've got the Yashima and the 2 Sagami classes. That's pretty much what you know. These guys are now accompanied by the first light cruiser squadron and the first destroyer squadron. These guys are fairly good at providing AA, but not perfect. Then we've got second battle squadron. Again, sort of similar layout here, only accompanied by 2 light cruisers. They're not great at AA, but they can do the job, and they're good at fending off destroyers, I think. And again, with these destroyers that can go out there and do a torpedo run, so that's also kind of nice. More importantly, though, we have now the carrier divisions. We have got the first carrier division, that is the main bit of our fleet. 2 modern carriers, the Hiru and Takagi, accompanied by a single light cruiser, the Yoshino. The Yoshino is actually classified as part of the first light cruiser AA squadron, and these are the guys that we just built up to be specifically anti-aircraft light cruisers. One of them we've just finished, again, that's the Yoshino here, and these guys should be doing that job. So we only have very few of these. I'm going to fill up these groups, but for now we've got 3 of these groups, each with a single light cruiser. Also the Matsushima, the one that we just debated, is part of that. Since she's out of action, and she's obviously covering the 3rd carrier group, we are going to assign the new ship here to the 3rd AA group. That's fine, and we're actually going to take a look at whether we can rebuild this guy here. Since he is in port already, he's got a little bit of a weight problem. Not too bad. Of course, I would like to increase the radar technology. We only have radar technology too, but if we send him into the dock anyway, that might be a good idea. Other than that, though, oh well, the advanced director, that could obviously be changed too. The weight is a bit of an issue, though. It is. Oh well, we do have a lot of mines here. We can get rid of these. That's much better, actually. 3 months. Yeah, I think we can live with that. There's nothing else really what we could reduce. Some of the light AA guns, but I'm reluctant to do that, honestly. So, no, I think this is going to be alright. Yeah, let's save that. It is a bit overweight, but that's alright. You're going to be rebuilt immediately as you are on dock already. Everyone else is fine except for this Uzuki, which I don't know why she's having issues, but again, she's going to get an advanced director. The rest here looks alright-ish. Good amount of torpedo tubes. We could try to change that because I think we have quintuple torpedo tubes now. She would, of course, be a lot overweight. We could get rid of the torpedo reloads and get 15 instead of 12 torpedoes on her. Might also be a good idea to get ASW mortars to increase your ASW capabilities a little bit. I don't think you need to get better radars. On the other hand, we are sometimes using them in sort of a screening fashion. Need to be mindful of the topside load here. So what's better, 12 torpedoes and another 12 that we can then go ahead with, or 15? I think 15 is slightly better. Yeah, that would be legal design. Looks pretty good to me. We don't need to modernize them yet. So let's save and finish that design. Again, we're going to rebuild her. She's going to be taken out of action just for 3 turns, so that's pretty much what we'd expect. Right. So, all of these carrier groups, first carrier group is, again, just accompanied by a single light cruiser, and that's providing AA cover, and a group of destroyers. Now, the issue I see is that currently, second squadron here, with only 100 planes, not even, is currently only accompanied by a single light cruiser. That might be a little bit too little. I would like to send more or use more destroyers with her just to cover her, but currently we don't really have them ready. All of these guys here need to do trade protection as we are guarding against stuff. And you are working up and getting training, so that's okay. Right, let's do another turn. Oh, no. Someone needs to get a job. Yeah, the Yoshino. Oh yeah, of course, you're a new ship. So let's assign a commander to her. We're going to assign someone who we don't know the capabilities of and see what's going to happen. Estimated enemy forces, 2 battleships. Now, I have trouble believing that. Right, it's a medium-sized battle, so I think we should at least get some forces. We're going to try to attack their shipping, and we're going to see what we've got. Are you kidding me? You absolutely are kidding me, aren't you? So of our entire fleet, oh Jesus, this is even worse than I expected. Okay, so of our entire fleet, it's only the 3rd carrier division, the slow guys that are coming in here. These guys have a maximum speed of 21 knots. They are too slow, and they've got a couple of planes, but not a lot. Okay, let's send the single destroyer that we've got forward. Let's make sure that our search pattern here makes sense. I don't think we need to go quite as far. I do want to do a 2-phase search. I think we don't need a lot of cap, so that's fine. I think we do need to immediately prepare a strike group here. Honestly, I don't think we actually need too many fighters though. Torpedoes, let's do heavy bombs. That should be slightly better. And then the fighters that are currently here, you can carry 500-pound bombs if you are going down to 178 things here. That means we'll need to change them to naval recon and naval strike. And we are gonna ready that strike. Right, let's see. Our carriers can go to at least 1 knot more, and a little bit to the north here. This is really awkward, because they might have the battleship around, and we only have carrier with absolutely no cover at all. Yeah, the game tries to be fair, but sometimes it just doesn't do that too well. And I don't see too many. Yeah, we must actually control them like that. I don't actually see our scout planes going ahead. I suppose this needs to be a little bit shorter. Let's go for a night search too. Most of our guys are not trained for night searches, but my apologies here. But not much that we can do. Again, sorry for the noise. I thought I had turned it off. Okay, well, we're finally providing current combat air patrols here, but there is the night, and that's the big other issue here. Honestly, this is too risky. If we stumble into their main battleship with 2 carriers, our 2 carriers are gone. They're just gone. They're not going to be able to do anything. Yes, we do have a single destroyer here with 8 torpedoes. I would really love to find them and do something about this, but I don't see how that is possible. If the scenario lasts until the morning, we could potentially try to do another search here, try to find them, try to do better. But I find that after a couple of hours have passed, it's extremely difficult to actually find the enemy. We might try. And at least we know that they don't have carriers. So if they're not like really on us in the morning, we can probably find them before they can find us. And notice that we've still got all of these planes on our decks. So if they find us now, I mean, we're toast anyway. The only good thing about these ships is that they have got some side armor. So if they do find us in the middle of the night here, then at least it's going to be short range. It's going to be nearly horizontal fire. And these guys, whoa, stop. Okay, it is morning. Right, let's do the search. Let's increase the range. We're supposing that they're somewhere in the Yellow Sea here. Okay. Come on. Find them. Find them. How about our strike here? got a couple of more guys here who are unready. Just a couple of fighters. Let's get you ready. Quite a couple of planes here. Unready, unready, unready? Why are you all unready? Well, we don't necessarily need the fighters, but at least the torpedo bombers I would like to get to ready. Right, let's try to spot them. And by that I mean spotting both sensors. No report of any... Ooh, there we go. Well, a transport. A transport ship, really. Well, let's wait until before we launch against these guys. What we could do is try to get there and see if it's really a transport. Then actually our carriers with their guns might do some good here. The single report that we've gotten here. Well, maybe they only have that. But even if they have destroyers, that's probably not something that I would like to expose my planes to. Okay, we're going to target that group, but we're only going to use a fairly small group here to actually attack them. That's actually going to be our fighters here. Yeah, we can coordinate these guys. Let's use our fighters here. I'm interested to see how well they're going to do. 11 minutes, range 100, that should work. Let's launch the strike. It does not work. Why not? Range 178, that works. Range 104. These guys have older fighters. Well, in that case, you know what? Let's modify the strike package. So these fighters, they are in range. And then from the Subo, we're going to ask some torpedo bombers. Actually, some dive bombers. There we go. Right, let's go ahead here. Okay, there's the strike package already on its way. Yeah, but it seems like it's mostly transports. For further transports up there. Fighters are doing a glide bomb attack and they are scoring 3 hits here, so that's lovely. Another glide bomber. Another hit. Dive bombers I think didn't do anything. But they might do something now. An enemy AV. 2 hits there, that's good. I would like to strike the AV. More transport ships. Okay, you know what? Let's try to punish them. So select ready. And let's go to this location. And do a completely uncoordinated strike because I don't think they are gonna offer any resistance. So the answer's gonna be no. Just go there. As fast as you can. Well, or not. Okay, so we sank 1 auxiliary here. Nothing too bad, but they had 8 destroyers. So, I'm pretty happy. They actually had the battleship too. Okay, in that case, let's look at the force disposition. The force disposition here. Right, okay, they pretty much scrambled out of there, went into harbor. That was a wise choice. But on the other hand, we also ran, so no kind of big change here. Right. Very small victory here for the Chinese. We will need to do something about this. Oh, and I do need to do something about the money here. Takashima is commissioned into the Navy. That's lovely. Lots of ships finishing their reconstructions and they're working up. So that's nice to see. Naval patrols are there too. So we got rid of these guys mostly because they had poor reliability. And let's look at the bomb load here. Yeah, that increases massively. 2 1,000-pound bombs to 4 1,600-pound bombs, and you can carry torpedoes. So yeah, I think we're going to get one of these new ones, and the range is better. So they look pretty much the same in all of these aspects. So it's pretty much, to me, only the range and the speed. And honestly, you guys have the best range. You don't have quite as much toughness, but a little bit more maneuverability. So Yokosuka it is. Right, there we go. And we're getting better medium bombers. Slight upgrade in the range. Well, a significant upgrade in the range. That's lovely. Germany occupying the Baltics. Interesting. No. I'm sorry, no. Well, that's nice. At least we did sink one of their ships. Also sunk a couple of enemy merchantmen here. But they were so far pretty undecisive. The enemy has slightly less victory points than us. But tensions are rising and we are running out of money. But at least most of our ships are now ready to go. And the Chinese should be cornered by that. So let's see how that is going to develop. Italy is going to join at some point fairly soon. I'm pretty sure about that. So let's see about that too. Right, I'm going to reshuffle all of our fleets here in off camera. But that should be pretty straightforward. Ships under construction, let's briefly look at just 3 of them, and they're very, very cheap, are going to be finished next turn. The turn after, we don't really turn positive in money, so we have a very structural problem here in the amount that we are spending, so that's something that we do need to address. But that being said, for now, I say thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Do leave a like, and I hope to see you guys around next time. Bye bye.